I don't want to see Britain be the kind of country where our farmers are forced out of business, decimating our proud rural tradition. Madam Deputy Speaker, I don't think there's anyone in this House who wants lower quality food on our plates. But unless the government shows some leadership and backs British farmers, I think there's a real risk that that could happen. Labour has been clear that the Agriculture Bill must include legal guarantees that our high UK food and farming standards won't be undercut in post-Brexit trade deals, whether with the USA, Australia or any other country. It may seem a long time ago, Madam Deputy Speaker, but less than a year ago, in their manifesto, the Conservatives made a pledge on food standards. This is how it started. In all our trade negotiations, we will not compromise on our high environmental protection, animal welfare and food standards. And this is how it's going. Our farmers risk being undercut by cheap imports from abroad within months. I saw a lot of members on the benches opposite pose for photos for Back British Farming Day in September. Every day should be Back British Farming Day. And on this day, when our farmers need us, we have a chance to see who are the real friends of farming, who are there when the weather is bleak, when a job needs to be done, and who is there only when the sun shines. I fear that the government may be trying to hint at the Salisbury Convention, which is that the other place should not interfere with manifesto commitments. But the other place, the Lords are doing something different to that. They're doing a reverse Salisbury. They're asking the government to stick to its manifesto commitments. In such circumstances, the Salisbury principle does not apply, and the Lords should ask the Commons to reconsider these amendments on food safety and on the Trade and Agriculture Commission again and again if necessary. Every time this House votes on these amendments, more and more farmers will be looking at the voting list of those members that support the farmers and those that chose not to. We cannot take any votes for granted, and I warn those members opposite that seek to do so. Madam Deputy Speaker, what kind of country do we want to be? I don't think a country that has its MPs shout at each other in a debate like this is a country that's good. So I haven't heard that from this side, and I would encourage that side to just recognise that as well. There are people watching this debate in farming communities up and down the country who are tuning into BBC Parliament and Parliament Live for the first ever time, and they should see parliamentarians performing at our best in this debate. I want Britain to be a nation of quality, rather than chuntering from sedentary positions. Let me start that one again, because the people at home might not have heard me over the chuntering. I want Britain to be a nation of quality, of high standards, of ethical treatment of animals, of stewardship of our landscapes, a custodian of high environmental standards, and a nation that challenges other nations to compete with us fiercely, but do so on a level playing field. I want Britain to be a beacon country with our values proudly on show, not just in sound bites and manifestos, but in our laws, our trade deals and our behaviours. This is what the amendments on food standards seek to achieve. It's a moral compass that this agriculture bill desperately needs. And it's because of that, because Labour backs our farmers, that we've voted against this bill at every opportunity, because it singularly fails to protect our farmers from being undercut by food produced to lower animal welfare and lower environmental standards abroad. Our farmers are not afraid of competition, but when we maintain high standards for them, but allow potentially food produced to lower standards to be imported, that is unfair.